Do 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 do. Has Pizza Frieza defeated Dad? No, no, no. Pizza Frieza has not defeated Dad. Dad is doing a pretty good job at beating Pizza Frieza. Let's see. Hello, Godslayer. Hello, Adrian. Hello, Corey. Hello, Roar. Hello, Hosjaman Blog. Hello, Axo. So basically, hello, UV. I see you there. Hello, Borley and Broly. Hello, Lord Zeno. Can you let me in the Discord? It's not that I can let you in the Discord, my guy. You need to, you know, you need to make sure that you can get into the Discord yourself. It's the link. There's no way for me to like enable the link any more than I already have. Hello, Rocky. Hello, legendary player. Hello, Dave is player one. Whoop, whoop. There we go. Hello, Lash. Alrighty. How y'all doing today? Emophil has been summoned. Hello, Daniel. All right. All right, so we got Rate My Team today. So that means I'm going to be taking a look at your stuff. You can send me stuff through Twitter, Instagram, or my Discord. Any single situation is fine. Emily, thank you for the coffee thank you for the coffee, just heads up. Guys, do you like my coffee? It's yet to be made, but I'll drink it right now. No, it's okay. All right. Emily, could you close the door? Thank you. Thank you. Chat off, chill mode, love you. My iPad hates me. This is why I cannot join. Lord Zeno, and I'm asking because I'm maybe getting ahead of myself, but maybe it would be a good idea if you first try to log on to try to get into Discord through a computer if you have one. If you don't, then that's fair. But if you do, try going through at least a computer, like any sort of device that isn't your iPad. I don't know if that's possible, but if it is, just let me know. All right. Click Zoro. Listen, guys, please stop sending me direct messages for equipment and team related things. As much as I want to keep on answering those, these pile up and then they take up so much time. Just leave them in the Rate My Team section under stream. Please. Please, please, please. I only want to deal with stuff in these 3 sections. If you have to send me DMs in Twitter, fine. You have to send me direct messages in Instagram, fine. But also you can send me notifications on Twitter as well, by the way. And then for Rate My Team, please just send it to me in the Rate My Team section because I will be going down the list. Only 60 Z power for beating the hardest co-op ever? Yeah, I know. I remind myself of that fact every single day. Emily and I, we 3-0'd Pizza Frieza today. Right, Emily? Was it today? I keep on forgetting that we did it immediately on reset. We did it at like 2 a.m. The moment we got the reset, we just said, okay, we're going to beat this guy. And then we didn't count the very first run because I was dumb and forgot to switch my character from Super Baby 2 to my Super Saiyan Blue Zenkai 6 Goku. So then I just disconnected immediately. And then I switched up my character to the correct character, and then we literally 3-0'd him. And I was like, this is good. And on top of that, we 3-0'd him way before, like, 5 timer counts remaining. Emily, we were doing much better. We had, like, 30 to 40, sometimes 50, even 60 timer counts remaining at times. So it was, like, actually pretty good. Alrighty. Anyways, let's begin, because I know we have, things. Okay. All right, perfect. All right, so let's start opening some stuff in the Discord. That'll be our first go-to. Do 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 do. let's just take a look. I just want to see between two equipments that are being asked here. That would be awesome. Okay, we got Mr. Mountain. Nice. Okay. Let's take a look at this. I just want to see the equipment real quick. All right, so we got, this is the Z Plus version of You Can Do It Gohan. So we got base strike defense, base strike attack, base blast attack. 30. Okay, and this is for who again? Let me just see. Ah, okay. So this is for Dun. Okay, cool. Let's take a look. And then we have for Sun Family. Base strike attack, base blast attack. All right, but are we playing really a Sun Family team? For the most part, yes. But if Nappa is the character of choice to be brought in alongside the two others, then you're just better off playing the regular. So the regular one, Roar, would be the better one in this scenario. If you are playing a full-on Sun Family team, however, I would have just told you to go with the A equipment. Because that strike defense would stack a lot, and then it would have a overall greater base with your defense than just a base strike defense. Although, actually, wait. What are your other equipments? Let me just see. No, never mind. No, this your Awaken equipment for that character is useless. Since you're only buffing that strike defense once, no. Your Z Plus is better immediately, just overall, because you're still only getting, what, a base of 7 or 8%? Even if it's just regular, because you currently have not buffed it in almost any other way on this team. So as a result, this is way better. This equip right here is already way better. Okay, but enough about that. So you've asked that question. I have answered that question. So we're looking good here. Saiyan and green. Okay, yeah. You do not have a green, so you could not use that, which makes sense. All right, so we're gonna talk about this team. Let's take a look. Hi, Angel. How you doing? Don't worry, guys. I will see your teams. Just send them to me through Discord, and I will see them. So I'm gonna move on to Mr. Mountains, but I'm not gonna actually touch his until we actually go through Roars. All right, so you know the dealio. We got synergy, we got power, and we've got team. What the frig? Okay. and we also have our team setup. So what's the word I'm looking for? What's that third word? Composition. Team composition. There we go. So let's take a look at this. So I know how he plays this team. I do know. So let's just take a look and say what we got to say. For team synergy. Okay, well, the fact of the matter is this. For team synergy, it would be rude of me to not give it the appropriate synergy that it deserves. So when looking at this, I have to give it an 8. I'm not allowed to give it anything lower. It checks all the boxes that is necessary. If you guys are wondering, the main 3 units he brings in is the first 3. Meaning, if you've noticed, those equips have been maybe not fully optimized, but they are optimized enough that they help these units hold their own against maybe even stronger units or very skillful players. That doesn't fully save him, obviously. But what it would do is allow him to actually keep up in terms of damage and in terms of calculations for damage rate between him and his opponent for defense and offense. Let's talk about power. Power-wise, they definitely hold power. That's without arguing, because they've also got a Zenkai boost. I mean, Nappa gets a Zenkai boost. They all get base buff boosts. Sorry. But one thing that I've noticed is that they sorely lack defense. outside of maybe Nappa. And even Nappa, I would argue, can easily get melted if you got the correct units melting him. But it is nice because Nappa does help against the yellow matchup, not only when he is alive, but also when he is just not on the battlefield at all. Since he is going to be increasing the damage against yellows, meaning Roar's purples will actually be doing well. However, on power, I still can only give this, like, I would say a 7. And I think one of the reasons why I can only give it a 7 is it's more of a meme than it is an actual win con. But for sure, you could get to battle rank 50 with this. 100%. 100% you could get to battle rank 50. Oh, yeah, I agree, Godslayer. Nappa's strike damage is actually nuts. You're absolutely right. But the problem here is this, right? Power is not just about your offensive, but also your defensive takes. And although these units have offensive power, you gotta wonder when a good unit walls them. Because it's gonna happen. They're not immune to being walled. And when I'm looking at the equipment setup, like, I would love if this cell equip were at least an S tier. I would love if Roar refarmed for at least a gold slot for his first attack for this Goku equip. And then everything else, like, I can live without any more improvements. So, like, I'm looking at this stuff and I go, just a little bit more. And then on top of that, I would have much preferred if this Goku right here, this purple one, was 6 stars. Same thing with this, you know, just to even them out, give them enough Z ability just to push them to that 8. All right, I have a Josh. Just go watch my guide for that. I literally made a guide for that. Okay. For multi Z power, I made a guide. It's in my guide section. All right, so let's go to team composition. Now, team composition is going to be really hard for me to rate here, just because, I mean, excuse me. Wow. Just because, like, there is really no team like this. At least how it's asking to be played. I know for a fact that Roar is really just playing this for the EXs and nothing else. Just triple EX. So, respect. Giving you tons of respect. However, are there better purple red teams out there? Yes. So, let's rate this on a memer factor. Yes, you can have this. Yes, I'm tired. I am definitely tired. 100%. So on a meme factor, let's give it a 10 out of 10. On the competitive side, I can't rate that because although this is great, I mean, ladder, you can get away with a lot of things. You can get away with getting battle rank 50 with heroes. You can get away with literally having a joke unit, and as long as you perform well, your other 2 units will do well, and you can just have the joke unit get into a rising rush or just annoy the frig out of the opponent, right? So ladder is very interesting because you can get away with a lot more than in a match for tournaments. Yeah, so do I have to send you a picture on Discord? You can also send it to me through Twitter or Instagram, Abraham. So, yeah. Also, hey, how you doing? All right, so let's move on. But overall, Roar, not a bad team. It's much better than, you know, people might give it credit for, but, you know, at the same time, I also have to be realistic about what it's looking like. Here we go. Let's open this. And open this. All right. Let's move on to the next one. So this is Mr. Mountain's team. So when I look at it, okay, some things that I want to note. For team synergy, yeah. Okay, nice. That's awakened. I love it. Okay. So I give Awakened A's a pass, only because I get it. Awakened equips, to get them beyond A is a pain in the butt, especially if you're farming for that first, like, gold or red slot. that can be a pain. Now, beyond that, let's actually take a look at synergy. So, synergetically wise, there's a little bit of conflict, just a bit. And I say this because I'm seeing a strike unit, like a definitive strike unit. I'm going to ignore Green Trunks because Green Trunks, even though, yes, he is strike, um, I really don't know if Vegeta fam really has a better unit at this point. For now. Let's see. Listen, Abraham, all of my deets are in the description of this video and every other video. You just got to click on any of them. You'll find all my details. Okay, so we got all right, Angel Vegeta can cover us both, so I don't really care. He's great optimally. But yeah, in terms of like your blues, since you are going actually wait, right, EX Vegeta's a blast based user. That would actually be pretty good. But no, Green Trunks is still better. He's still better even in a blast focused team. Oh, that's sad. We really need an update for a green for Vegeta. All right, let's take a look at synergy. So, I would like it if that gold equip was at the front, not the back, because you're really stuck with the fact that this will never go probably beyond S. This, I would say farm for a gold equip in the front. For now, it's fine, but I would definitely push that. But soon you'll have to start working on one of these two slots for this equip. Overall, let's see. Not a bad equip. Yeah, not a bad equip at all. For this unit, great equips. I can see that you're actually focusing heavily on having a more like blast, like strike, kind of balanced orientation for this unit. Not a bad move, actually, considering the team he's on. And then, yeah, this is exactly what I was looking for in terms of that first equip. Getting that to be buffed up. Nice, but he doesn't, I think, hold an ult, and I believe this buffs ults, so there's a little bit of waste. But, I mean, the nice thing about this is that I definitely see that you are still choosing to focus on blast, and I appreciate that. Okay, so in terms of synergy, I'm going to give it about almost at an 8, but I have to give it a 7. It's not there yet. Sounds good, Roar. All right. Yeah, I'll give synergy a 7. It's solid. It has everything that is ready to start it up. It's just requiring a little bit more finesse. Obviously, there are units that I would like to change, but we'll talk about that in team composition. All right, terms of Team Bauer. Let's look at tankiness. Who are the tanks of the team? Obviously, this Angel Vegeta is a big tank. Love him. And then we actually have a pseudo tank in the red Vegeta. Now, when I say pseudo tank, I really mean pseudo, because pseudo meaning that he will not always tank. He's definitely got minor tanking applications, but that's the extent of it, because as a red and as a squishier unit, he still takes a lot of damage, and that can become problematic, especially if Angel Vegeta is already dead and you have no one else to switch into. Basically, I don't really find that this red Vegeta is a great last man standing unit. Actually, in fact, I find that this blue Vegeta does a better job at being last man standing. But that's only because of how the kits work, more so than anything else. So, yeah. So we are lacking some defense. Whereas a normal Vegeta team would usually have a little bit more defense than this. And I think the realistic reason for this is because Mr. Mountains doesn't have all the units required yet. So in terms of team power, I'm also going to only give it like a 7. And this is just pending for now. There's some equipment issues that could use some work. Some star issues to increase his defense a little bit more. Specifically on this Trunks, if you're going to put him in, try to get him to 6 stars to get the Z ability higher. That would be helpful. Really helpful. It would help your team actually immensely for defensive purposes, since he buffs base strike defense, I believe. And then, yeah, if you were able to do that, that would make this team a little bit better, a little bit more sturdy. Not by much, but just enough that you might be able to start seeing a difference. And then obviously just soul boost this dude because I know he's not fully soul boosted or even at all maybe. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna have to give it a 7-7. And then for team composition, I think from what I'm seeing, yeah, there's a better unit than him. The Super Saiyan 2 Zenkai Trunks from the future would be a better like a unit here since he's blast base and would very well synergize with this Vegeta. And Angel Vegeta synergizes both on the strike and the strike and the blast sides of Vegeta fam, which is awesome. And then one thing you could do, although I'm not sure if you have your red Vegeta at 14 stars, because I remember that you said you might have not, maybe only at 13 stars. If you had him at 14 stars, I would put him as your final buffer since you have a defensive unit. You could use the health to compensate with the defense, allowing for you to take even more damage and as well as health restoration more when he heals. So, there's a lot of things that you could do with this. So yeah, I'm also gonna give it a 7 on terms of team composition. It's a solid start. Like the majority, like a good number of units make sense, but then there's also things that could make more sense, and this will be fixed with time. So guys, whenever I rate your teams, be aware that if you are making changes, take these what I'm saying as more like for especially your team composition as placement holders or changes that you must make or when you can make them, not necessarily because you have to now. So yeah, Mr. Mountains, good job. Overall, good job. All right, let's take a look at this. Goku! Alrighty. Okay. Okay. Whew. Where to begin with this? For a team called Goku, I see two outliers. I don't remember these two being Gokus. Remember them being vegetables. Alright, but anyways, let's talk about this. Sounds good, Abraham. Don't worry, I'll get to Instagram when I'm ready. Okay, let's talk about this. So right away, I think I'm gonna give this team in terms of team synergy only a 6. It's sorely lacking in some departments. For example, that's a B equip. Never, ever, ever run B or lower equips. Ever. Just don't do it. Don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt yourself. Not worth it. This silver equip, tons of better equips. Get rid of it. Get a better one. Get a way better one. Okay, let's talk about it. Cell equips. Where are they applied best? Super Saiyan teams, Android teams in some scenarios, Regen teams in some scenarios, because they can abuse criticals, and Cell himself. So if I see this thing on anything other than the aforementioned things, or anything that can abuse a critical rate buff to help proc this way better, what are you doing? Don't do this. When this goes off, when your unit crits, great. Doesn't help too much, but helps just enough. But when it doesn't, which is the majority of the time, well, you just have wasted an entire slot. So, yeah. For sure, you're only Chug Jug. Go for it. Go for it. Yeah, Broly, I get that, but let's not compare, right? I don't want anyone sending in E, F, G, H, I, J, K, or LMNOP. I don't want to see any of that. I don't even want to see C, and I don't want to see D, and I don't want to see B. You either get A or higher. That's it. That's it. No more. Nothing else. No excuses. I made that very loud and clear. Although I didn't because I didn't release my free-to-play guide. I should do that. Sorry, guys. I've been so, uninspired to work on it. That's my fault. I'm sorry. But when I get that out there, there will be no more excuses on this channel. Oh, I gotta. Uh, Coffee. That's my blood today. All right. But overall, let's take a look at just, yeah. So equips, despite this being awesome equip, this I feel like could be awakened. I'm not sure if awaken it works with him. I believe it does because I think it's still Frieza Force that it asks for, and he's a Frieza Force member. My issue with this team, just straight up, is that we have a strike-oriented Goku right here, which I know that this fixes up a little bit with some blast units and more blast units, but with a strike buffer. And like, I know that he can debuff with his strikes to give more blast damage, but that doesn't last very long, and that only works if he stays on the board. Or it switches from himself to another Vegeta. Or this Goku. But let's talk about power. Who is our tank here? Well, that's obvious. It's this Goku. There's no other tank. He'll melt. He will melt. If you bring him in, he'll save you once, maybe, because of his coverage rescue, and then he's gonna die. He'll melt. Did I say he'll melt? Well, he's gonna melt. So, realistically, you have one defensive unit, and I wouldn't even argue that it's very good, considering what you've set yourself up with in terms of equips. Like, this is a good equip in a meta where hybrids are relevant. Hybrids do get to see play, but they're not inherently relevant in the scope of the meta. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Like, if you don't see enough hybrids in a game that it becomes oversaturated, where like literally every other match or every 3 matches is a hybrid team, is it really worth running that equip? And the answer is no. And I'm referring to the base equip. I'm not referring to when you awaken it. All right. Overall, like, things that you could do better is just farm for, like, A, gold slots or red slots for these equips. And the nice thing is if you have equipment medals, which you get from playing PvP and doing your battle lover plan or any of your mission plans, you can easily farm these in that section so you don't have to waste USTR co-op coins. I mean, USTR coins and stuff like that, or rush medals, better to say. So you can farm these. You can work on equips. Like, I'm not asking for much. I'm just asking for the first slot to be gold or red. And then beyond that, how far you want to work on equips is up to you. But I do suggest working on equips because they do make a difference. It's not the hugest difference, but it's just enough that it is actually very relevant in PvP. So, yeah, I would definitely say that overall, that would definitely help. So, in terms of Bauer as well, I'm going to give it a 6. It has some offensive power. I'll give you that. But beyond, like, one unit really doing all the damage, the rest just feel lackluster. Because this is not a good Zenkai. It's just not. He's not a good Zenkai unit. He's not a good Zenkai unit. He's a great Zenkai unit. He is no longer a good unit. He is no longer a good unit. He's only a great unit once Zenkai'd. Before that, he literally shows his age. And he's Garbaggio. And I hate to say that because he's a Super Saiyan 3, and I love Super Saiyan 3. Alright, so, with that being said, let's talk about team composition. Because this looks like it's a Saiyan's team. But it looks like, yeah, it looks like it's a Saiyan's team. If this were an Angel Vegeta, we would be talking. We would be talking some major defense immediately. If we're for purple, I mean a Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 3, Zenkai 7, or even Zenkai 1, Angel Goku would have been awesome. Even at Zenkai 1. For a green unit, I mean, he's great as just a buffer, even at 3 stars, but I wouldn't bring him into a match. And that's for a red. I mean, if you have Ultra Goku, you might as well. Like, I'm not saying Ultra Goku is the best unit in the game. Far from it. But, I mean, if you have Ultra Goku at this point at 6 stars, Throw him on here. Don't wait. Just throw Ultra Goku on here. Yo, Dark Lights, how you doing? Is there any other possible units for Co-op Extreme? Yes, there are. There's also LF Piccolo, the Zenkai. Zenkai 7, LF Piccolo. There is Shallot, Super Saiyan Blue Goku. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. There is Super Saiyan 4 Goku. These are the LF and the boost units I'm referring to. There is Super Saiyan Blue right here. I said Shallot. There's not as many this time around. I'm sure there might be more, but I haven't tested more than those. And even with the LF Piccolo, I couldn't test that myself since I don't have them. But one of my friends is doing the co-op and they're using that unit and they're winning. So, I mean, I'm going to take their word for it and say that you definitely can use LF Piccolo Zenkai 7. But it just means that you got to use his main abilities correctly and to keep yourself alive, since he does have health restoration in more than one way. So, if you have Ultra Goku, that's good. Make sure that he's soul boosted. Make sure Ultra Goku is soul boosted. And put him on the team once you have that. Because this Zenkai is not really worth wasting time for. One other thing you could do is if you really want to have a green unit that can save you, work on the Super Saiyan, Legendary Super Saiyan Zenkai Broly. It's a fantastic free-to-play unit. And I say free-to-play because the game gives you him at least at 7 stars. On top of that, you can get him for free in the USTR shop for his Zenkais. So you don't have to spend daily CC if you don't want to, but you can if you want to. And just even though with the less synergy bonus, you'd have at least a better team composition. So that way you could drop, let's say, this Goku or this Vegeta and just really have at least some sort of base. And I'm saying this knowing that the team still will not be perfect. There's a lot of issues with the team, but for what this is, we can definitely do a bit more. All right. So yeah, I think for team composition, I'm gonna have to give it about a 4. Team composition, it's just not there. There's a lot of problems, and honestly, I could have given it a 3, but I understand where you're coming from. I understand where you're coming from with this team. I get it. It's not easy to always have the best teams, especially if you have no focus or you're not sure where you're supposed to make your teams. So I get it. I'll give it a 4, and I want to see improvements. Okay, next time you show me this, at least some, even if it's just minor adjustments. All right, let's move on. All right, we've got Regen Team. So for Regen, yeah, so this is one of the situations where this equip is actually not a bad choice, especially because of how many critical buffs you can actually give the team if you choose to do so. Now, overall, my biggest issue is that I can't give this more than, I would say, a 7. Yeah, there's a lot of A equips, which is good. Like, I'm not gonna harp too much on that, but honestly, if you can get them to like S equips and have gold slots in the first slots, I would greatly appreciate that. At least gold. If you can get a red slot in the front, I mean, yeah, do that. You'll get a team rating when you fix this goddamn door. We're going back with those Spider-Man 3 memes. I'm reliving my childhood already. Oh my god. Alright, but anyways. Yeah, I think for the equips, I mean, there's a lot of things that you could do. I think the biggest problem that I'm seeing here is that it's hard for me to judge this team because there's so many greens, which is problematic. Like, there is, like, team composition, I'm going to rip this apart. Okay, in terms of power, it actually has some staying power. It just... Like, you got some defensive push with Android 21 having a double rescue. Although sometimes it's not very easy to get the double rescue, and sometimes you shouldn't go for a double rescue. Sometimes that's not optimal at all. This unit definitely needs to transform beforehand. He's actually not a bad defensive tank. He's actually a fantastic defensive tank once you've soul boosted him. I should know. He's actually much better than people give him credit for, but he's definitely very niche, and I wouldn't say I don't think he's going to be very relevant for very long, and not that he is relevant currently, but he's a decent substitute if you don't have a better yellow regen unit. We got problems here with not being Zankai'd. I understand that you can't really control your stars unless you really focus on the team. And then this Super Janemba, I love him, but eh, he's so squishy. He's so squishy. He can't take damage very well at all. And that I should know. All right. So, let's talk about this. In terms of power, I can't give this more than I would say. Okay, I can give it a 7 on the basis and the merit that Android 21 Good is here. Android 21 Evil is here. They both are fantastic units, and how you've set them up, they look like they are actually going to be doing very good in terms of their blast orientation and their blue cards. So I appreciate that. But then from there, Android 21 Evil starts to drop off because she's a strike-based unit. That I've noticed that is being heavily focused. Maybe in terms of strike, but I can't tell because I don't know what that third slot is. Maybe it's boosting strike, and I don't know. Baby is regen. So yeah, I think for this team, I would have to also give the power. Like, I want to give it a 7, but I don't think I can. I don't think that's allowed at this point. So I have to give power a 6, actually. So if I said 7, I'm switching it to 6. There's just a lot of, like, now that I'm talking out loud to myself to, like, help you guys out and to see my thoughts, my problem with this team is very much so that you really are stuck with 3 units. In my head, I would not bring in the red ever. Like, it's just, you literally are committing seppuku if you bring in the red into a fight. Especially at 5 stars. So, yeah, if I'm looking at this team realistically, yeah, it's just, it's like committing seppuku. And then in terms of team composition, let's talk about it. There's a better purple for this team. This is a fantastic green. You don't really need to run him. He's a good substitute, but there are 2 better yellow units right off the bat. He usually gets a Zenkai, and there is a way better red. There's actually multiple better reds than this Janemba, but he's a decent substitute. Like, I'm not gonna lie, you can definitely use him. But I'm gonna also say, if he gets hit, you're basically dead. Also, where's your blue unit? Do you have a blue unit? Do you have a blue unit? Because that would be great. Like, right now, I see myself either switching out this guy or this guy, since this guy doesn't have a Zenkai. Since Majin Buu doesn't have a Zenkai, I don't remember which one's the more optimal Z ability, so whichever one is less optimal, remove them. Get a blue unit! Regen! Would love a blue unit. I mean, Android 21, good. Blue unit. Regen. Beautiful. We've got LF Kid Buu, although that one, because it's an LF, I get it if you don't have it. Regen. LF. Does good damage. Blue unit. See what I'm saying? So in terms of team composition, this is where I have to like hit it harder. I would give it, I have to give it a 3. Team composition has a whole bunch of wasted units on the team, and you're really stuck with really maybe 4. I would say arguably actually only 3 units. And even when you have the 3 units, they don't fully synergize with it all. So yeah, I would have to just say that. Overall, I feel like you can definitely improve this team. Take my rating with a focus to improve it, because this rating is right now just my placeholder until I see that improvement. What happened to Dono? I don't know. Dono, I think, is still streaming on Twitch. I haven't seen him around on YouTube. Wait, a server just disappeared? What? 1 second, guys. No, he's right there. The server's right here. Found his server. Dono's here. Oh, you scared me. Mikey, no. He's here. Oh my God. You scared me. I was scared for a second. Don't scare me like that. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look at this. We got Regen Team. Yeah, this is way better. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. No, 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 no. What is this? What is this garbaggio that I'm seeing here? What is this garbaggio I'm seeing here? No. No, no, no. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Sounds good, Poggy. Thank you for sending that to me. Listen, I'm just here to help you guys get better, and I want you guys to know that I will always, always be trying to tell you as much of the truth as much as I can. So I'm glad that you didn't take that in the wrong way, Poggy. I appreciate that because I'm just here to help you guys. And yeah, God Key does need a red. Okay, okay. Let's talk about why I'm saying no. Okay, first off, this equip is silver. And yes, I'm going to base this off of just being a silver equip. Silver equips have lower base stat increases just inherently, and even if you get them to like gold or red, they can only cap so high, and they have a base cap, and that's really low, usually much lower than your gold counterpart. So even if you have like an S equip, you're really just faking the letter and not actually like I would argue that an S based silver equip is on the same tier as a B and maybe A gold equip. So when I see an S tier, like, silver equip, it better be awakened. If it ain't awakened, don't talk to me about it. So S silver equips that are awakened, I'm perfectly comfortable with. Perfectly. They're, in fact, sometimes better than your A or S gold, which is good then. But in this situation, no. And then why am I saying no to the Shallot equip? Well, you've lost an entire section in the final strike. You are not getting the strike or blast attack because Shallot is not present in this team. And since this is Regen, Shallot will never be present in this team. So this equip is a waste. Just inherently a waste. Don't do that. All right. And then, okay, another thing to note, and this is more of a nitpick than anything else. In terms of this equip, this DKP equip, you get a base defense of, I think, around, like, in the high percentages. Actually, not base, sorry, just regular. It's just, I think, strike defense or blast defense for 21 good, but only if the yellow is present on the team. So if you don't bring in the yellow with your green every single match, don't bother bringing either. Because if you bring in her without the yellow, this equip is actually blocking her from reaching her optimal peak. You need to bring him in simultaneously with her for this buff to activate. So this is why I don't like this equip, because it restricts you to making sure that a yellow is on your team, and considering the yellow that you have on your team, and I'm not even sure if it's soul boosted actually all the way from 1 to 5, you could be hurting yourself. Because I can see, like, potentially a green, blue, and red being brought in. So that would hurt you here. DKP, Regen, DKP 100%. DKP is, like, literally the god. MDM, I will help you guys try to build whatever team that you want. So if you want a hero team, I can help you build the best hero team. If you want an EX team, I can help you build a better EX team. I'm just here to say that, you know, I have to be mindful that when I'm covering for PvP ladder at all, I need to look at it from an objective standpoint. So I will have to rate it from a different standpoint if you give me a hero team or a EX team. All right, so in terms of synergy, I have to give it a 6. And I'm only giving you a 6 because I see this equip. I see potential problems here, and I see this silver. You really need to fix these. Otherwise, this would have easily been a 7. Easily. Also, make sure this is Sunfam. Right now, Sunfam is the majority of the units that you see. So, definitely that final slot being Sun Family would help a lot. If it's Vegeta Fam, switch it. If it is Sun Fam, leave it. Unless you can improve it better, then in that case, do that. This equip is good because it's blast focused. This equip is great. Good job with the Awakened. You're adding extra buffs to against red units after a certain timer count. Is that needed? I mean, strike damage is nice. This being buffing for both is good. I would honestly argue that maybe you should upgrade this to an S tier like this one, since that's a really good equip. And then this purple, he's okay. He's a good substitute. I personally don't like him on regen, but you can definitely get away with him. So I'm not going to criticize too much on there. So yeah, in terms of power, let's take a look. You get some defensive issues if you don't bring in both. If you bring in him with her, you're really stuck between having to choose him or her. And that becomes problematic because you kind of want to see both of these on the team, or at least this one and this one. But you want the cover rescue, but then you have to bring in him. So you have an issue where this equip just gets in the way of a lot of team composition. So honestly, maybe you should put this equip on your units when you have like someone like DKP or a Zenkai 7 Piccolo, or if you decide, I'm going to actually actively bring this guy in almost every match. Because you can bring him in almost every match without ever bringing her in. You could, but the same cannot be said the other way around. So just keep that in mind because of how you've locked yourself in. The whole team is supposed to be blast focused, and I see that. Yeah, I definitely see the blast focusedness. I get it. Problem is, this equip is getting in the way a little bit of your team composition and your power inherently. So in terms of power, I'll give it a 7. I think it has it, but you can't bring in this yellow, which means by proxy, you can't bring in the green fully boosted. So really, you're stuck with blue, purple, and red as a result. By messing up these equips so bad, you've inherently doomed your green. Don't doom your green because you've messed up your yellow. Fix this. Fix it. It will play suboptimally if you don't. All right, in terms of power. No, I already covered power. Yeah, I already covered power. Let's go to composition. Composition-wise, ignoring everything else, I could easily give this an 8. It's got how many units? 1, 2, 3, 4 units that you definitely want to see. It has a good substitute yellow, which means that you actually have a decent yellow in case that you don't have a better yellow for your team. So this is definitely a good pick. And then he's actually a decent substitute. I can't argue against that. And he also buffs himself and your blues on top of that, although not the rest of the team, which is unfortunate. Hence why he's a decent substitute and not a great one. And just overall, team composition-wise, I can't give it less than an 8. It's got a lot of good units on the team, and it's got good substitutes that do make sense for what the team is trying to pull off, which is that blast focus that you mentioned, and I can see that. And as a result, yeah, your team composition is great. You just need to work on the synergy. When you work on that synergy, by proxy, you will be working on the power, and then your team will most likely flourish a lot better than what is currently being shown here. So yeah, good job. Just overall, good job. You just need to make sure that you're actually focused on fixing those things. All right, we're going to look at both of these since it's only 2 teams. And then we're going to also grab Aiden's. And grab Mr. Yeats. And I'm going to go through them a little bit faster, just because I've been spending a lot of time talking. So we're just going to make sure to get through them, because I want to get through the ones in Twitter and in Instagram if I can. All right, let's take a look at this team. All right. Yep. 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 Also, nice defense, although sometimes not relevant always, but it's still good if you fight against anyone that is Saiyan-based. Okay. Okay, this is where I'm going to question a little bit, because I don't know if you always fight hybrids, but to be fair, if you're only bringing in this unit and not him, then fair enough. I would definitely say that if you're up against a hybrid team, you might want to then consider bringing him over him. But overall, not a bad situation. I can see what's going on here. I get it. Having extra damage against Android 18 is a decent meta pick. Overall, I mean, arguably, if you could get this, I mean, Awaken, this only works on green, so I get that. So this is the limit for him. One thing that I would say for Synergy that you could do even better is if you get the Awakened equip and replace this equip with his Awakened. His equip, not Awaken, sorry, his Plat equip would be great. And you can get that, I believe. So if you replace this with a Plat equip, that would further increase his power. 100%. Okay, this is not bad. Not bad at all. Again, I question this equip. And then as for these equips, yeah. My only problem with this team, straight up, is that you might as well get this this UI at Plat equip, and the reason for it is that this is a very strike-oriented team with a ranged purple that doesn't even boost the team, pretty much. Yeah, from what I'm seeing, he doesn't even boost the team. So, if you're running this team specifically, get his Plat equip to increase his overall strike damage. It's in the Cauliflaw event. Farm that, grab it, get at least a gold slot at the beginning, and then work on that. Because honestly, this guy needs as much strike as he can, considering the rest of the team and how they operate. You have such a strike-heavy team that him being blast is only going to hinder the team. He's a ranged unit. So you need to increase that strike to help compensate for the fact that he's going to be getting tons of strike cards and less blast. Because he'll probably be your overall balanced unit by doing that. Which would help you, especially because that means when he's on the board, you have a variety, and no matter what you pick, you know you'll be doing damage. So. I see we have a Kefla memer with a Zenkai. Oof, that's scary. That's actually scary. Listen, if Kefla gets a Zenkai, I'm going straight to fusions. I don't care how much I hate the team. I'm going straight to fusions. That'll be my main team immediately. If Kefla gets a Zenkai. I'm already prepared for that. I'm prepared. I got a 14-star Kefla waiting. She's just waiting to get a Zenkai. Waiting. I've on both free to play and my non-free to play account, she's 14 stars. Like, just straight up. We worked on that. We were just like, that's getting 14. We're not stopping until it's 14 stars. It was scary. It's a scary unit. She's not as good anymore, but she's terrifying. Yeah, for Synergy, I can't give this more than a 7, though, because there are some Z ability problems. And on top of that, his inclusion is a little bit wasted because he's not buffing the team. Usually, I only argue that you should have, like, one wasteful unit on a synergetic team and not two. But I can still give this a 7 on the merit that the equips are well thought out, and I appreciate that. I do appreciate that, but you could improve this equip by just switching it out for the Plat equip for him, and then you could either replace this equip or this equip for another Plat-based equip for him. In terms of power, it's going to be doing great damage offensively. And then on the defense, we do have this Kid Goku for pseudo defense and actually for a decent tank. Nappa is not too squishy, but not too oppressive in terms of his defenses. But he can definitely do something. You've got pseudo defense in terms of this Goku. And then this Goku does have some defenses too. So this is nice. And then power is there. So I would give this at minimum an 8. Minimum. So it's good. It's got some squishy units like the Majin Vegeta, but beyond that, you definitely have some staying power. Okay, and then finally on team composition, there are things that we could do better. I mean, realistically, because you have this type of team, I would argue that Angel Vegeta could be better than this Kid Goku. I mean, you could put either the Ultra Goku here. You could put the Super Saiyan Gogeta there. Let's see, what else could you put? There's not many Red Saiyans that I can think off the top of my head, actually, now that I think about it. You could put the future Goku, because you do have a lot of Sun Fam on the team. But I would argue don't do that, just because, I mean, Vegeta is present, and it looks like you're really trying to do more of a just Saiyan team. So I wanna respect that and not go pure Sun Fam. But yeah, Angel Vegeta might be a better choice here. Especially since, like, I see that 8 stars, and he would be optimal at 9, right? Whereas Angel Vegeta is pretty optimal at 3 stars, but at 6 stars, I would say that's where he's prime for a newer unit. But obviously, if you can get Angel Vegeta to 9 stars, do that. And if you don't have them, then don't worry about it. Kid Goku is still a solid unit. Just get that unit to 9 stars at the very minimum. Although, arguably, because it's free to play, you just get it to 14. Just do it. Yeah. Team composition wise, I'm not gonna hit it too hard. It has everything actually present, everything really needed. I'm not gonna involve synergy here. So for team composition, I will give this a minimum of 7. I think it's definitely a workable team. It's not bad by any means. It's a good team. It's just not the best. I think that's the fairest way to say it. Yeah, if you don't have Angel Vegeta, fair enough. Then yeah, if you don't, like I said, if you don't have it, just get this guy fully boosted. But overall, good team. Okay, I seen this photo. All right, let's take a look at this Fusion's team. All right, so straight off the bat, let's talk about it real quick. In terms of synergy, Okay, in terms of synergy, I will give this, I would say, a 9. No. Yeah, I can give it a 9. In terms of synergy, I'll give it a 9. Solid synergy. My only question is why the inclusion of Super Gogeta? Is it because you don't have Vegito Blue? I think that's my biggest question, really. My biggest concern, because he has aged. And I mean, I'm not even going to question the purple, because the purple, they don't have a better purple. So, rip Fusions for that. Although, in my head, I'm going, Fusions. Ha 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 ha. Too bad, so sad. Don't want them to ever get a better purple. But I know in my heart I have to let them. I know in my brain, actually, not my heart. My heart still says no to the Fusions. But my brain says they need a better purple. Okay. But yeah, I can give this either an 8 or a 9. I'm more inclined to give it an 8 because of the inclusion of this Vegito, this red one, and also because of this blue. The equips are good though. More or less, the equips are good. If there's anything that I have like an issue with, realistically, it's the fact that we have like some blast focused equips with obviously other things attached to it. And this looks very strike-oriented, like, extremely strike-oriented. So, yeah, we've just got some synergy issues. But beyond that, it's not too bad. My main problem is this guy. Just that guy. Yeah, don't got VB. Fair enough. All right, but in terms of power, where does this rate on a scale of Bauer? I could give this an 8. You've got Kefla at 7 stars. She'll maybe not be doing insane damage, but she'll be definitely doing good damage. Like, I can see these equips. It's solid damage. 100%, even at 7 stars. This Gogeta, he'll be doing solid damage. We all know how Zenkai 7 red Gogeta goes. He goes burr. This yellow Vegito is not to be underestimated. He's actually a solid unit still. And a great substitute in as a good yellow if you don't have the Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. So, I'm not going to complain here. He struggles until he transforms, and even when he transforms, he still struggles just because he himself is just an aged unit. And kind of like the purple Broly, he needs help. He needs help. The purple Broly no longer needs the help. And then this unit just, he exists. And I'm not going to harp too hard on him. He has to be here. I get it. He's crying out in rage. He used to be crying out as like a battle cry for like victory. Now he cries out because he's just like, I'm old. So yeah, yeah, he wants help. He's crying out for help, and I'm kind of glad he's not getting it yet. Okay, so yeah, power. I'm also gonna give this an 8. I personally feel like the red is wasted considering the majority are not Vegito based, and the only Vegito you're really gonna bring in most of the time is the yellow. So, yeah, we've got that issue there. So, honestly, if you have, like, the EX Gogeta at 3 stars, replace him with that. That's an overall better team buffer than the red Vegeta. And then, terms of Bauer. No, I already said Bauer. Right, I was talking about Bauer. What am I doing? Wait, no. No, am I on composite? I am lost. 1 second. I see, this is why I need to write down. I need to tick these things. Synergy. Power. And then comp. Okay. We did synergy. I think we did power. We're on comp. Comp-wise, I'll give it, like... Okay, 1 second. We got 1 unit that's definitely there. 2, 3. Good substitute. 4. 4 out of 6. This could have been the EX Red Gogeta. This is your best substitute, so I'm not going to harp too hard on this because you don't have options. So, realistically, let's just harp on this unit. I can give your comp 8. So, team comp, if you can just switch that to EX Gogeta if you have him at 3 stars, that'd be fantastic. If you don't, double check how much he buffs. If he can buff still in the high 20% for both stats, even under 3 stars, then sure. If not, then boost these 2 units and leave it at that. All right, but overall, not a bad team. All right, let's go over this Super Saiyan. Okay. Work in progress is what I'm seeing. I can't rate this. I legitimately can't rate this because there's no Zankais on any of them. They're not even fully starred. Some of them are not even fully soul boosted. Like, I get what this team is going for. Like, if I were just to do this on team composition alone, yes, 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 yes. So, yes, the team comp is there, but everything else is just not there. I don't like this equip. This equip is garbage at B. This equip is garbage at B. So never have a B equip, please. If you're gonna focus on these equips like that, why are these not at the same standard? And then, again, same thing. If you're gonna have this equip at A here and here, why is this not held at the same standard? Overall, team comp is fine. It's good. You have a good team comp, and I'm only gonna rate it on that. So team comp, it's there. It has everything it wants. I agree with this 100%. But then from there, I'm not going to rate its power because we all know where that's going. And we all know exactly where the synergy is going. So you got to really work on those equips. I will harp on equips though. Like, I don't like these Bs. I don't like this silver A. I don't like this B. And honestly, I don't like these A's that are not being held at the same standard as these A's. I have to. I have to be that critical because, like, realistically, I'm looking at this, and then why is this not awakened? This plat equip on this Goku, you might as well awaken it. An awakened A is way better than a regular A. For his equip specifically, for sure, 100%. So, just that needs to be awakened. I don't think there's an excuse. All right, take care, Axel. Have a great day. So overall, yeah, team comp, I'm gonna give it. But in terms of synergy, you need to focus on those equips. You need a soul boost. You need to, work on them, and then they'll be good. Obviously, right now, you can't really work on them because they're kind of stuck in a particular limbo. All right, speaking of Super Saiyans, let's look at this one. How unfortunate. I was, like, excited, and then I realized Bardock is 3 stars. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, Hmm. Who? Okay, let's talk about team comp. Yes, 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 yes. Arguably, no. Yes. I mean, here's the thing. You don't actually need a yellow unit. Because you have this purple right here, there is actually intrinsically no need for a yellow. But because you can't even run this Bardock, you do need a yellow, which is probably why the compensation has occurred. But that's problematic in and of itself, because then in that case, you shouldn't be running Saiyans. I mean, Super Saiyans, better to say. And actually, this team would be better off if you changed it to movies. I'm just gonna say it straight out. I can't rate this because you have triple movie, and then you have Bardock that just can't play. And sure, you can argue, but I can bring in 2 units. Yeah, but what happens when those 2 units are dead and Bardock is last man standing? Or what happens when you throw Bardock in and then you no longer have those buffs? Then you still run into the same problem as a Super Saiyan team without a Bardock. You're literally dealing way less damage immediately. That's problematic, just inherently. Which is why you don't want to see Bardock die, like, really fast. In fact, half of the time, Super Saiyan teams try to keep Bardock alive unless the final unit they're facing off is a green unit. Then obviously, no. The only 2 units that tend to stay last man standing are the red Gogeta or the blue Bardock. The only exception to that is if the opponent is using a lot of blast focused units, then in that case, you might choose to keep purple Broly as your last man standing, since purple Broly is really good. But yeah, movies team would definitely do this this team a world of good. Yo, Jin, how you doing? All right, let's talk about this. Aha! Yes! Let's talk about this team, however. This team's way better. And it's from the same person. I think it's Mr. Yeet. I think both teams are the same. So I totally get now why I was like, movies! Movies. See what I'm saying? Movies. Okay. This yellow god Vegeta would do better, obviously, if he's Zenkai'd. But 2-star, not much of a choice. Personally, right now, because you don't have access to a better yellow, try to find another movies team just to buff the rest. So just replace him for now, and don't even have a yellow on the team. Just change him for any other unit. If you actually also have the yellow DKP, no, actually, no, that's not a movies unit. Never mind. Don't put the yellow DKP. If you have like any unit that can buff movies, use them instead for now. Because unfortunately, this Vegeta, even though I get it, he's a movies team unit, he's just not helping you right now. But if you ever get him to 7 stars and you can Zenkai him, yeah, use him. He's great. For movies specifically, he's great. Yeah. Okay, so let's actually talk about it. Synergy-wise, I'm gonna give it a 6. I think my biggest problem is that, especially for movies, you really need to focus on equips. You also need to change this final unit so that way you can get the Z ability above 2000. Because right now that unit is just not helping you. Good equips, though. Could be better. But good equips, overall, could be better again. But they're not bad. And the equips are not bad. I don't hate them. It doesn't make me want to tear my hair out, which is great. I love that. So good job on that. Yeah. But I'm still going to give it a 6. Because right now, this is just not going to be a good unit. But it's a good unit overall, just not right now. So it's got to go until it's increased in stars. So get another movies team. All right, in terms of power. Power-wise, it has all the power necessary. Just within these 4 units. So for power, I can easily give this, I would say, an 8. But I can't give it any higher. Honestly, I could also argue that it's only a 7. Just because of how low the Zenkais are. But I'm still going to give it an 8. I do believe it has the firepower necessary. It's just, it's not even lacking in defense, actually. It's got cover change units. It's also got a good tank that wants to take damage. So, yeah, no, I'm going to give it an 8. And then in terms of composition. Composition-wise, let's see. Is there a better purple movies team unit? Yeah, Mr. Popo, I've been streaming here. Pretty much only here, exclusively at this point. That's why, Jin. Let's see. What's a better purple unit? Actually, let me just look that. Oh, wait, no. Right. You have one. Perfect. All right, so then, yeah, he's only there for the defense, isn't he? Does he even do Vegeta or just movies? 1 second. Purple Trunks. I can't spell. Trunks, Dragon Ball Legends. Sure, wiki. Sure, Game Press. I don't care. Just show me his ability, Z ability. His Z ability is at 4-star. Oof. He never buffs them? Oof. No, 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 no. That's unfortunate. Yeah, you're gonna have to remove these 2 units. Give like any movies team buffers. That's all I want to show with that. So yeah, these 2 gotta go. Make them movie buffers. You want to buff movies. If you can buff them and buff these guys even more, that would make this great. I have become into a YouTube man, much more. Strike defense. Thank you, Godslayer. I saw that, but you don't have to delete the message. All right, here we go. But overall, good job. Like, just overall, like, I would say that the team itself is solid, like, within the 4 first units. Just fix up those last 2. But overall, for team comp, I can still give it a 7. It's solid. It's a solid team. It's almost there. It's almost there, and I would love to give it that solid 8 or 9 even for team comp. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I get off topic a lot. I don't know why Godslayer is being redacted. I'm not redacting him. I don't control that. Okay, so we got Lash. We've got... Okay, so let's open this up. I'm not going to talk too much on like, showing me equips, because I like to see the equips. It helps me a lot in knowing what I'm dealing with. And then after these ones, I'm going to go to Instagram and Twitter, because I do need to go to them. All right, let's talk about this real quick. Are these the same? No, they're not the same. Got it. Okay, so straight up, alrighty, just by looking at this, I prefer this team over this team. So I'm going to close this team. I don't like this team. Could be fixed up better. Could be better. I don't like this yellow Vegeta. Take him out. Let's talk about this team. Zamasu boosts who? Just this Goku, I believe. I don't think he boosts anything else. Maybe he boosts this this Borley, but I don't remember at 4 stars. I don't understand the meaning of a 4-star Zamasu, personally. But beyond that, let's take a look. Krillin for the Goku buffs, fair. Last man standing in terms of your Gogeta, fair. Super Saiyan Blue, Zenkai 3 Goku, as long as he's buffed and Zenkai boosted, sure. He's solid even at Zenkai 3. Overall, my biggest issue is that B equip right there. I don't want to see it. Make that an A. In terms of ability bonus, it's hard to judge this. I mean, I can judge this off of face value and just say, in terms of ability bonus, I don't see a team focus. So for synergy, I'm going to have to give it, let's say, a 5. I don't know the focus. I don't personally get it. It wants to be like a death buffer for Goku, but then we have Borley for defense. Zamasu for defense, or Zamasu's just there. We've got Gogeta, which, again, he gets buffed by this guy. And maybe this guy. Definitely this guy, and he buffs himself, but that's about it. This Goku is just very, very rude and doesn't want to buff anyone other than this guy. Like, there's just a lot of synergy problems, which affects its overall power and defense. Like, power. So, for power, I can't give it more than, like, a 6. Because I'm sure it actually has some decent potency, but then we'll get melted. And then let's not even discuss composition. I don't even know where to begin on that. Like, I get this. I get that this person may be new. Like, I don't even want to say this is a bad, like, necessarily a bad team. I just want to let them know that, who is this? Who is this, real quick? This is Patrick Stars, left butt cheek. Okay. So, Patrick Star. Patrick. I'm not here to diss this team. I'm gonna have to like give you a quick note. You need to have a team focus, and the reason why you need a team focus is because your synergy really applies very well in terms of how your power overall goes. When your synergy is low, power is low. And that, I mean, when I say power, I'm including offense and defense. When your synergy is high, that usually increases with it because of when you're calculating between someone's ability bonus and your own, how much damage you're dealing, how much damage you're taking, that can be increased or decreased depending on how close the ability bonuses are. When there's a high discrepancy, like too high, they'll usually cap it, but that still won't change the fact that you will be getting melted versus, or dying basically, versus melting someone else. So when your ability bonus is that low, you have this issue where the DBL calculation rate for like how the game mechanics work and how it's processed through dealing damage between the two of you is skewed. And when it's skewed, this is where composition plays. Because of composition, you're hurting your ability bonus more so than the equips themselves, most likely. So even if you fix that B equip to become an A equip, I doubt the ability bonus will go that much higher. So it really comes down to your Z abilities. And the problem is there are too many scattered Z abilities to help to make this team any good, like beyond what it is. So could you do well with this team in PvP? Probably. But your problem here is that because there's so much scatter focus, it's not as relevant as I would like it to be. So like I get the Gokus with the death buff Krillin, but then after that I question the rest. Or I love the movie setup and then I question the rest. Or I love the God Key setup, but then I start questioning the rest. You see what I'm saying here? I have this issue where there's just too much scatter focus and you really got to narrow it down. There's too much of everything going on, and that's hurting the team. So that's what I want to say. I don't hate this team. I just wish the best for you, and this team is not going to be performing optimally for you. All right. All right, so let's move on. Okay, Android main. Let's take a look at this. 14's, yeah, okay. 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 Yeah, makes sense. Okay. Okay. All right. In terms of synergy, I could easily give this an 8. It's got solid synergy. I think this is great. Um, I think one of the things is that this needs to obviously eventually maybe switch out, or one of these two have to switch out. Maybe this one. I don't know. It's hard for me to say. I'm looking at both, and I don't remember which one's which anymore. Like it's like off the top of my head, I can't remember which one's which. But there is an optimal 3 equip setup with Android 18. But this is a decent substitute if you do not have the Android 18 equip. So not bad. Not bad choice. I would argue that if you are having this equip, though, make sure that they're all strike attack and none is for the defense. You don't need it. This is a good equip since you're always going to be bringing in her. So whenever he's coming out, she's out. Or whenever she's out, he doesn't have to come out. Fantastic. Please don't ever have a situation where he comes out without her. That would be a bad move. That would hurt you in that case. His equip is, I believe this also buffs ults, which kind of hurts because he doesn't have an ult. But it's fine. It still works very well. Romantic Drive is not bad, but I argue that, there are potentially better equips than Romantic Drive. Romantic Drive is a good substitute equip, is what I like to say. It's like kind of like when you have a substitute unit. Substitute equips do exist. This is one of those, even at Awakened. Like, it's your placeholder equip. I have a whole bunch of placeholder Romantic Drive equips on the free-to-play version because the free-to-play account is still working on equips. And I mean, my main account is also working on equips too. But overall, yeah, synergy, let's leave it at that. It is right now an 8. These equips are actually pretty good. Love them. Good job on that. Terms of power. Power-wise, I'm going to give it a 9. It's got the power. Obviously, the ability bonus is what's holding it back. Also, soul boost those units. Put more equips, I guess. You don't actually have to put equips, but soul boost them. Because they do play into your ability bonus, and when you are increasing your overall ability bonus, you are increasing your calculation rate against your opponent. Although, once you're at ability 2.2500, the calculation rate is not so bad unless your opponent's like at 4,000. Then in that case, yeah, the calculation rate, you'll get hurt. You might get hurt. Do 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 do. And then comp wise, I can give it like let's see. What are you missing? You're missing a purple unit, and right now, androids are anyways missing a purple unit. So yeah, at this point, I can give it a 10. Yeah, it's good. Comp is there. Just work on your whatchamacallit. Maybe focus on trying to get better equips on these two sections or somewhere on this one. I can't remember which one was which. Believe this one was the good one. I don't remember though. Don't sue me, please. And then romantic drive could be better chosen. Right now, I feel like it's because she's so general. You can technically buff both stats, but try to focus on a stat might help in terms of your overall like consistency. Although I do understand it with the the 17, Super 17. Yeah, but overall, good team. Good team. All right. Fusions. Take a look. Okay. 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 Yo, Mark, how you doing? Does synergy go along with ability bonus? Yes. Yes. And yeah, right now I'm really focusing on YouTube. I'll go back to Twitch when I'm ready, but I'm never dropping YouTube. YouTube is just so good, and at this point, I like if I were ever to be offered Twitch partner, if I do reach that status at any point, I would refuse it. Just straight up, because if you are a Twitch partner, you can no longer stream on YouTube. And I don't like that policy. And I want to be able to stream on both platforms. So as a result, if I do go back to Twitch, I will stay a Twitch affiliate on Twitch. I will not be attempting partner. Just fun fact. Okay, anyways, let's talk about these equips. Okay. I don't remember if this equip works once awakened with him. If it does, if it's just for movies, I would say awaken this equip. Even at A, it's a solid equip for this unit. Decent substitute if you don't have a better purple for this team. So I can definitely understand the choice here. Although personally, not having the purple Vegeta hurts the overall community build in terms of how much defense they have and how much offense they can get, since he only buffs them so much. Then this is a good substitute. Based upon your team, EX Gogeta would be a better choice than this red. So in terms of synergy, let's talk about synergy. It's a good equip. Just has some problems at the very end. Good equip. Solid equip. I would like that first slot or one of these slots to become red. Or gold at least. You could really work on this equip. Or find a better equip. Farm it. I know the farming sucks. It's such a bad drop rate. Like, so I get it if you kind of gave up and were just like, this is my best equip. Good equip, good equip. Yeah, like I said, awaken this maybe. I would have said if you could have, at the time, you should have farmed for a red at the first, but this isn't bad. I would definitely say farm this to have the first slot gold, and then you can farm for the other slots. Yeah, synergy-wise, I'm gonna give this a... Let's be realistic here. 7. 7. It could be better. Could be better. It's good. It's solid. Just could be better. I don't want to give it an 8 yet. In terms of power, I can give it an 8. It's got power. It's got power backing. The only issue I have here is this guy. And then in terms of composition, again, my issue is this guy. He's a good substitute. He's a good substitute. Everyone else is the relevant ones. Yeah, composition. I'm only gonna hammer it here. So I'll give it at least 8 or 9. I think I want to give it an 8 though. Good job. All right, Zarko, let's take a look. Let's accept you, though. All right, so we've got... Let's look at Twitter for a bit, because I want to get through that. Okay. So this is God Key, right? Trying to make my team stronger. Any recommendations? All right, since we're doing recommendations... Yes. No. No. Sure. Okay. So for God Key, one thing that I would definitely say, if you're trying to build a God Key team and you have Vados on the team, you're gonna want... If you have Champa, put Champa on the team. This unit is useless where he's sitting. He's just useless. This purple unit is not good at all. It's just not good. I can't stress that enough. Even at higher stars, like at 9 stars or at 14 stars, he's just not a good unit. Vegeta Blue is fine, but I want to know what your focus is. If you're strike focused, then you don't need the Super Saiyan Blue Goku. Unless you want just for the boost, like the Zenkai boost, then that's fine. This Rose is only good as a bench buffer if you're doing a strike focused team. But even then, at that point, the Super Saiyan Blue future Goku is a better unit just for your strike for God Key. And then Vados is fantastic. And okay, yeah, it looks like you're very much trying to go for a strike-oriented team with some ranged. So you got to decide, are you going blast or strike? Please don't like jump back and forth. That makes this team problematic. So yeah, Champa would be nice here. So I would go with blast based upon what I'm seeing. So you got Vados. Go with a blast focus team. If you have Champa, put Champa, Vados, and then the blue Goku. Then after that, if you want, you could do a health buffer. So you could use the Godku over this purple. Don't even run a purple at that point unless you have Zamasu. Then put Zamasu on the team. Fuse Zamasu is great. And then you could remove this Vegeta blue and put in a health, like the Godku, if you want to, the red one. And if you wanted to have just a strike offensive unit, you could just have this Rose to buff. But even then, I argue, is it even worth having him on the team? There's a lot of things you could do to improve this team. The team has a decent core between Vados and this blue Goku, but then the rest just fall short. So regardless of how good the equips are, I think that's what I would say in terms of recommendations for that strengthening. And then, is this the same team? It is. It is. Okay. All right, let me see. Kind of suck at this, you say. All right, let's take a look. Future. Purple, blue, yellow, red, green. Board killer, let's take a look at this. Good purple. Really good purple. Good blue. Really good blue. Good yellow. Fantastic yellow. Best one for future. Good red. Solid red for future. I mean, personally speaking, I would have gone with the red cell, but that's just me. A good red Trunks / Mai. Still solid. And then a green Goku Black at 9 stars. I mean, that's good. So let's take a look. In terms of synergy-wise, my only gripe is that I have no gripe. I mean, you could argue that maybe the Zenkai 7 Super Saiyan 2 Trunks is better suited here, but that also begs the question if you have him. I can also see that you've got a solid S-equip here. Like, this is just, it's solid stuff. I would say maybe Awaken this, but I'm not sure if the Awaken works for him. I think it does, but don't quote me on that. Overall, solid equips. I love them. I would just definitely say that maybe change this equip with a different equip, considering I feel like you want him to be more strike-oriented because he will be good at Blast regardless of the equips that you give him because of his overall inherent kit. And then, especially when he faces off against a ranged unit. And then, so yeah, Synergy 7. Power, I can give it an 8. And then Composition, I'll give it a 9. It's a solid team. Good job. Kiki. And then accept this. Of course I'll accept you. All right, let's talk about this. So you've got okay. Okay. Is this the same team? No, it's not. It doesn't look like it's the same team. So this is the God Key team. Oh right, UI exists. If you had a purple UI for the last player, I mean the last player that had God Key, you could put UI there. If you don't have have a UI, then don't put them. All right, Chomp. Yes, good job. Okay, so I see that the main units. My only issue with this team is that you do have a strike focused red, which only makes sense in a strike focused team. Although you can argue that you can put him on there. It's just that he does get hurt by the fact that these units are mainly blast focused, although you are trying to boost their strike. But that only helps them inherently and not the overall team. So, yeah, unless this guy is only there for the strike, but even then he doesn't buff them. So, unless they're a Goku. Then this B equip, get rid of it. I hate it. I hate it so much. These B equips, I hate it. I don't care if you're not using them, but you are using him for sure, so get rid of them. Overall, it's not a bad team. For synergy wise, I'm giving it a 7. I'm hitting it for the Bs. I'm just hitting it for the Bs, 100%. For power, power is there. I would give it at least an 8. And then for comp, it's also there. I'd give it a 9. And then let's take a look at this. I hate this B equip. Get rid of it. If I see a B equip, he just goes. Yeah, no problem, Zarko. I got you. All right, take care, Rocky. Have a great day. Sorry about that. I'm sorry that I didn't see. Oh my god. But overall, good stuff for the Majin Vegeta. The question was, Phil G, since you think I need to Zenkai my LF Super Saiyan 3 Goku, should I try to pull him in the LF Super Saiyan 4 Goku banner? No, just wait. Kiki, what I would say is wait. Wait for a better relevant banner to come out for you to boost him. Anniversary is so close. Don't waste now. He's most likely going to be in the banner to drop for people that want to pull him to Zenkai's. To a Zenkai level. And then you can have him for free through the USTR shop. So, just wait. Patience is key right now in this game. But this is a Saiyan team. So let's talk about Saiyans just in general and where you want to see them. Since we're talking about a Saiyan team, you're allowed to mishmash a little bit more. But I argue that this Majin Vegeta is better than this Goku. In terms of Saiyans, is there a better yellow? Yes. Angel Vegeta is a better unit. For purple, you could argue that UI is a solid unit, considering at 6 stars he does, I think, either buff Sunfam or Saiyans. I would like to say that he buffs Saiyans, but I could be wrong. I don't have him at 6 stars. That's why. UI Goku, Dragon Ball Legends. I don't care for videos. Phew. I just want to read the Z ability. I just want the Z ability. Thank you, Game Press. All right, so Saiyans, yes, perfect. Okay, so then in that case, at 6 stars, yeah, at Saiyans, that's a fantastic unit. I totally get it. So yeah, synergy-wise, I have to give it, like, a 7. It has synergy. It's just there are some team comp issues that definitely hurt the synergy, as well as some equips. Fix the B. Okay, moving on. Also, awaken these 2 equips. You can do blast or strike focused with them, so you might as well. Then for the power-wise, it's got power backing it. I can give it an 8. And then as for team comp, there are better team composition units that you could do. For Saiyans, yeah, you can get away with the red. This red Gogeta, fine. I would, personally, at Zenkai 1, I'd argue that the Ultra Goku is a better choice. But if you want to go with the Gogeta, if you're like adamant, I want Gogeta, fine. It's a good substitute. Unless he's Z7, then yeah, Z7 Gogeta is way better than Ultra Goku, but you know. But synergy-wise, not. Just in terms of like damage. Primo good. Alright, this blue Goku, personally, I think Majin Vegeta is a better choice. That's my personal opinion on that. Like for Saiyan specifically, although he's a good substitute, so I'm not gonna hit you too hard on that. Plus he's Zenkai boost, so it's not awful. You do not have a green. So just be aware that you will never bring this guy in, because that would be suicide. You'd be playing with 2 units and a cover change unit, and that's it. UI Goku is fantastic at 6 stars. I know that. He's just squishy, but beyond that, please awaken these equips. And then Gogeta's a good substitute. My issue here is that you have a little bit of a blast strike problem. So what I would do is to fix that up is for the UI, make sure that maybe you replace this equip or this equip, depending on which one you don't want to awaken, and then get his plat equip. So that way there is a more strike focused team. Because if you pick him and him, you have an issue where you're hurting this one, you're hurting this one, and then hurting this one. Whereas an optimal setup here would be this one, this one, this one, and this one. So I would never bring him in as a result. It's okay, Royale. How you doing? Is co-op a pay to win for new players? Else Popeye? No. No, it's not. But what you do need to know is that the new co-op requires you to have friends that have good units. So you can run Shallot, but someone else has to run something good. So it's not pay to win, but it is definitely a pain to play. Okay, it's a pain in the butt to play. That's all. Also, Kick 4K, how you doing? So overall, it's a good team, but I would definitely say for comp-wise, I would say that get this one eventually, but I would say wait. It's not worth it now. And then, yeah, maybe replace this guy with someone else. Like, maybe a green unit, like the Broly. For now, what you could do is you could put in the Zenkai Broly, like the green one, and replace him. Just for now, until you have a better placeholder. And that would be fantastic. That would be a solid team. Kiki. Just letting you know. Let's take a look. God tier. Okay, so we got a God key team. Whoa, what the frig is going on? Let's refresh this, because that's creepy. There we go. That's good. That was something else. All right, in terms of All right, so this needs to have a focus. All right, in terms of synergy-wise, I have a couple of issues. It's mainly because there's a strike/blast team. You'd be better off with Champa if you're going to have so much blast. You have 4 units that are blast-focused, with some strike being applied to your UI. So you could technically argue that you could make this a strike-focused team. 100%. You have 3 units that are strike-focused. 2 of them are yellows, though. What I would definitely say is Vados can stay in even a strike-focused team. Although, personally, I mean, like, is there a better unit? Might be, but I'm not sure. I can't remember off the top of my head, because I am a very blast-oriented player when it comes to God Key. But yeah, Champa could maybe be a better choice in this scenario. And if you want to do strike-focused, then you might want to put in the Super Saiyan Blue Future Goku until we get a better unit. And then Vegeta Blue would be a better unit than the Zenkai 7 Goku. Just letting you know. Vegeta Blue would be a better unit if we're going for a strike-focused team. The Red Rose would be good as just a booster, a buffer, instead of the Beerus, since Beerus only really boosts the green as well as just the base blasts stuff. And, I mean, if you were to do all of this, you would definitely overall improve. This ability bonus is fantastic, just letting you know. But I think this ability bonus is still, like, balanced. You can really push this over the edge. Like, your ability bonus could go higher. And that's why I'm really, like, harping on this, despite the ability bonus being so high and so good. You could make this better in terms of the team comp. So, I like, for synergy-wise, I can give you a 10, okay? Like, I can easily give you a 10. For power-wise, I could easily give you a 10. But for team comp, I'm going to give you a 9, because I feel like there are things that you could do better in order to raise those 10s even higher. I hope that makes sense. Like, I'm just here to, like, look at this, and I objectively think that there's a little bit of a scatter focus. And that scatter focus does hurt over time. But yeah, the Z plat equip is definitely impressive, despite, you know, it probably taking a ton of resources. Tons. So yeah, overall, it's a good team. They're fun. Accept it. All right, let's just look at these real quick. Awaken that, please. Awaken that. I know you don't want to because it's a Z+, but eventually awaken a different equip then, and try to work on that. This is good. I like it. Good, good, good. Uh, get rid of that. It's a movie-focused equip. Like, it actually focuses on finding movie units. I think I've covered this team. Yeah, I did. I covered it at other places. That's why. That's why I remember these. Okay. For God Key, real God Key. We have strike and see, that's again another problem here. I'm seeing a strike and blast oriented team, and this is problem. Like, it's the same thing. Double tap Kruger. I have an issue with the fact that this team feels like there's a scatter focus. God Key is a very, very interesting team because God Key has so much of a focus. Like, let's take a look at Game Press just for a second here. I want to show you Game Press because I believe Game Press has a problem as well, and I don't like their team. So let's look at the not Type Fighter. Let's look at top team tier list. Let's find God Key. Where is God Key? Here's God Key. Let's click on them. So let me show you if they're yeah. So here's my problem with the God Key Game Press tier list. This is scatter focused. This is what I call scatter focus. It's a good solid beginner's guide to God Key, but then there's the issue. Like, I use this team. Like, this is the team that I use as well, but this is only because I don't have access to a better Champa. If I did, this yellow would be switched with Champa. Champa with Vados and this blue Goku is just phenomenal. Champa does more damage than this Vegeta. He has a just overall better toolkit, and despite Vegeta having a great toolkit, what you're really doing isn't you're enabling his toolkit, you're making sure that his toolkit stays relevant. His toolkit dies a little bit the moment he's got less health when he switches in. And that's problematic if Vados dies, even with the health buffer. Right? However, if you were doing a strike-oriented team, which they're not showing, if you were to do strike orientation, flip it on its head, this guy goes. This guy can be there, but he pretty much isn't the unit of choice. That's Gogeta Blue, but that's only if you have high stars. This Vados can stay. This one would be the Super Saiyan Blue future Goku. UI can stay. And then Beerus would go too, and would most likely be replaced with another unit. What do we have here? What am I missing here? No, actually, I covered everything. You could really replace this guy with anyone else. If you want to buff her in, you could, but I would personally just buff the Gogeta. So, yeah. Red God Goku is not a bad bench buffer because of the what they're trying to apply here. They're trying to apply the Vados and the Vegeta. So this Goku makes sense in reference to these. Specifically this one. This one right here. The one that I'm covering right there. So yeah, I have an issue with Game Press's core team and bench team. It's not optimal. It's a solid team. I'm not going to lie. You can definitely do very well with this team. So they did set you up for, set you up really well. Let me see what they say in the after notes, because I don't want to, argue with them too much. Let's see. Good offensively. Okay. Okay. Alternative core members. Yeah. He's not pretty good on a blast focus team. He's really good on a blast focus team. He's, but he's strike oriented. Guys, consider. So my issue with Game Press right now is really. My issue is that they are only talking about the cons. They really need to talk about how, there's a lot of strike orientation. This is a these are fantastic in a strike-oriented team. The only issue is that they will usually have low stars. But if you have higher stars with them, they end up being the better team. Most of the time. And it's hard for them to, I don't like that they're arguing so much for some of these units because of how mishmashed the team is. Sorry, I'm getting off topic. Overall, basically what I'm trying to say is, since I think that blast focus is a little bit easier to cover, maybe consider Champa. If you like this, have both on the team then. Champa and this Vegeta, so you can switch depending on what your opponent is playing. Look at Notifs. Thank you, my guys. I appreciate that. I have some trolls, so it's really bad. Okay, let me just see this. Let me just pull this to the other side because I want to accept all of these, and I don't want to see that anymore. Accept it. Oh my god. All right, so we're gonna start from here, and then we'll go up, and then wait, whoops, I lost the other one, so let me just pull that in. And I also want to get some Instagram, so let's see the requests. I've got 3 requests, but some of these are from like older days. Disappearing message. General. For synergy and equips before we're a 7 in a team at 8. Hope that goes up, lol. I mean, I can open that and take a look. What do you think about this now? There's so many teams. Oh my god. Okay, and then okay. Let's just go back to Twitter and then I'll work my way up. Champa kills off easy. Not as easy as you guys think. How about Super Saiyan God Pure Goku? He's okay, King of Legends, but I would say UI is better. Let's see. I know you need help. I made 100 mil for Dragon Ball Legends. Dad, I need help. How to finish my Saiyan team with Bardock Z5. I mean, if you have like, I mean that alone is good. I just do Saiyan buffers at that point. All right, let's take a look. Sorry, I'm getting so distracted. All right, this is Sun Fam. I question that a little bit, but beyond that, not really. Okay, another thing I question is this equip. He does not heal, so his health restoration ability is wasted on him. I would change that equip for something else. Good substitute if you don't have the Super Saiyan 3 Zenkai 7 Goku. So yeah, for synergy, I'm gonna dock a point because of this equip alone. So you'll get a 9. For power, I'll give it a 10. And then for comp, I'll give it a 10. Has a good substitute. Has a decent, like, honestly, maybe you should put in the Kid Goku, like the yellow one. Could help a lot. So maybe just remove this guy and put the Kid Goku instead. Or alternatively, remove him. Because realistically, I get what you're going for, but without a yellow, you are in a situation where if they have a solid purple unit that can plow through the team, and I'm thinking of mainly like the purple DKP, that one is a nightmare. Who else is a nightmare to deal with in PvP? Purple DKP is the one that comes to mind. Like, that unit alone can solo Sunfam. It's kind of scary. So having a yellow to wall that dude is kind of important. But overall, it's a good team. I would just say maybe consider getting the yellow Kid Goku or the yellow Goten. Because walling purple DKP, you should never underestimate a purple DKP. That's a bad move. Who else? Who else is good purple? Who's a freaking good purple? Why can I only think of purple DKP? I mean, I know that obviously Goku, the purple Goku, like in a mirror match, not having a purple, not having a yellow, instinctively allows them to bring in this purple Goku against you. So that's another problem. I mean, this is still a very good team. Just you gotta wonder sometimes. Sometimes it's actually okay to dock a little bit of ability bonus if it does mean in the end that you have a team that is more balanced and actually is able to better withstand certain matchups. So just consider that year. But otherwise, good team, very good team. Magentic, let's take a look. All right, so let's see this. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. No. Get rid of this equip. Get rid of it. It's not helping you. You need Saiyan and Extreme. This is not a Saiyan Extreme. This has got to go. This has got to go. Or alternatively, this got to get a Zenkai. I don't know. Something's got to give here. This guy's getting a Zenkai, which in that case, this guy, you can keep him in the team, but he's only a buff. This equip's got to go. Awaken this equip. Let's see. Health buff. Okay. Do you not have Vados? I feel like I've seen this team before. Guys, change your darn equips when they are not working on your team. Ah! Can I have more coffee, please, Emily? I'm gonna throw something at her. I don't think she heard me. 1 second. Guys, sorry. I'm just gonna throw a pen at her. Can I have more coffee, please? Yeah, because you weren't listening, so I couldn't reach you, so I figured I have to throw a pen at you. I did tell them like twice I was gonna throw a pen at you. So it was premeditated. Oh, no, I didn't ask for their approval. I just told them I was gonna throw a pen at you. Okay. Overall, like... Gah! I would say, okay, let's work out T-Comp. Either Chomper or Z1 at the minimum. You can boost them all the way. If you don't have a better purple, fine. This blue Goku is a nice if you have double blue and purple, or double purple, one blue. I would like to see a green Vados. If you don't have green Vados, fine. But in that case, you're limited. You're extremely limited. Okay, so yeah, let's move on. But overall, what I would definitely say is just make sure to work on this Magentic. Because I feel like you could definitely make this better with the Z1 of Vegeta. Or alternatively, a Champa. Champa would be great. If you don't have Champa, fine. But if you do have Champa, consider them. Considering this is not even a Zenkai yet. Inosuke! Okay, these are way too many teams. Let's focus on... Okay, so one thing I can say across the board is that your God Key looks like the best team that you've got. Like, if I'm just looking at it straight up. Yeah, your God Key is your best team. And, from there... Some synergy issues, but yeah, another good substitute for Magentic is if you have green Goku Black, use them. And if you have the purple Super Saiyan Blue Future Vegeta, you can use them instead of this Godku. Now, with that being said, this team has seen better days. This equip is only good if you are running all Saiyans, and you're not, so this equip would have to go. This equip is not very good, and I would appreciate it if you switch this with something else. This equip could be awakened and still buff blast. This equip could be awakened and, and this equip could be awakened. This equip could be awakened. This equip could be awakened, although I don't remember if it also buffs blast. This equip could be awakened and buff blast. And overall, like, I think that this is your best team. I think that if you're going to focus on this team, just really focus on certain equips that I just pointed out. And then, yeah, the rest is fine. I would say just increase stars, or alternatively, get better units. You could either do this Goku Black or Vados. If you do this Goku Black, then you're going for more strike, but you can go blast. This Whis is fine. Champa's fantastic, but he's very, very blast-oriented. And this Vegeta is a placeholder for, like, other units, such as UI. Not bad overall. X-Men, let's take a look. We've got, what is this? Is it Future? It's Future with a blue Goku. Is it because you don't have a better unit? If you don't have Vegeta Blue, fair. If you don't have the Zenkai Super Saiyan 2 Trunks, fair. It's not ideal, but it's pretty good. I don't see what the equips are, actually, so what we're going to do is we're going to base it off of team comp. I'm going to give it like a 7 for team comp. This is a substitute, and not a very good one, but makes sense, I guess, for the scope of what you have. Thank you, Emily. And then power-wise, it has power. I think it's a 7. It's got solid power. I can definitely see it doing damage, but it will struggle a little bit. It will melt. It's what I'm trying to say. Its damage will go. It won't be tanking as much. And then synergy-wise, I don't even want to talk about synergy since I can't see the equips. Okay, oof. I'm trying to get more stars and better equips for the team. I don't know about Shallot though. Get Shallot to 7 stars. He gives them health buffs. Bardock needs to go. UL is fine. These are fine. I would say Bardock needs to go, find a better green, and then from there start buffing stars, start buffing overall everything else. You look like you're a new player, Elgin. So what I would definitely say is, or if you're not a new player, you look like one. So I don't mean to offend you. I'm just trying to say you definitely look kind of newish, considering I'm seeing some of these new players, like new units right here. I would definitely say Bardock's got to go for what I'm seeing here. It's not helping. You're going to have to boost that when you can. Get more stars for that, because it being 0 stars is surprising to me. So yeah, I would definitely say overall, if you're going to focus on a team like this for Saiyans, even if it's like a mini Saiyans team, this is a good yellow unit, so good job. Personally, if you had a better purple, I would have said do that. But you actually, maybe that Vegeta might be better. I know that he buffs Saiyans or GT. I remember, I think it wasn't Saiyans. It was Sun Famine GT. But I think he only buffs GT at 2 stars. So at that point, you could just argue that this Vegeta is better because he only buffs Future and Vegeta, but he doesn't buff them, so he gets buffed, but doesn't matter. Just having the ability to wall off rising rushes in a way and buff your team is better, even if it's like minor buffs. And then this Goku, I would personally at this point replace this Bardock with a better green, or alternatively put this Revival Goku in. Your problem realistically is that like I need to see the full team. This would require extensive surgery. But overall, I see that you understand the thematics. Get this Shallot to 7 stars for health buffs. Okay, Daniel, let's take a look. Androids. Wow, we got a lot of teams. Okay, I'm going to focus on what I consider is your best team. So, between androids and it's between future. Based upon what I'm seeing, I'm going to have to give it the future. So, let's focus on future. Yeah, I'm giving it to future. Future is definitely more solid. 6 star that, please. The Goku Black. And then I don't know the equips, so I can't really argue there. So let's give it a 7 on the guys that the equips are properly placed and they're the right equips for the team. For power, we can give this an 8. It's got the power there necessary. Even at Zenkai 1, this Trunks is a solid unit. And then, like, actually even more solid than Vegeta Blue. And then for composition is there. It has everything it wants. It can go back and forth, and it has all the other units. And this is a good substitute unit, despite it not being that good in terms of its aging. So I can give for composition a 9. And then King of Legends sent it right back. I will look at that afterwards. I want to get to some of the other ones, so let's take a look. Okay, so let's see this. 6, 4, 6, 5. Again, up this by 1. Okay. For synergy. Awaken this equip. Maybe not get rid of these ones, but try to awaken other ones. And then once you get an awaken equip that's S as well, replace. Same thing with that one. Nice equip. Okay, in terms of power, where can I put this? It's got the power necessary now. I think power-wise, I can give it a 9. Composition-wise, I can give it a 10. In terms of synergy, though, I'm still going to have to give it a 7. So it's definitely improved. What do you think about this now? Take a look. As long as Champa's the choice, the choiced unit and maybe 6-star, 6-star. And then this one, Vegeta makes sense. And then Zamasu makes sense. And then this is just buffing strike. Okay. Then in that case, this is a solid team and much better than before. Although, yeah, it's much better. It's already much better. I see the switch. Nice. All right, and then Sun Fam. Let's take a... Oh. Zenkai is my guy. This is going to be... this I can't really rate this till Zenkai. Really, let's take a look. Future, let's look at... I'm going to look at these two teams. No problem. It's okay, I'm used to DB Legends handing the player base Ls. Oh my god. Exactly, Godslayer, so you got it. Oof. Oh my god. Okay, let's take a look. Okay. It's not a bad hybrids team, but personally, like, it just it saddens me a little bit because it's not optimal. For team composition, there are better greens and a better red. There's even a better blue. So overall, there's a lot that there's a lot to be desired here, but it's a good team. Like overall, you could get away with this. Just it's not optimal. For this team, let's see. We got Vegeta fam. Again, it's not optimal, but it's solid. It's hard for me to rate these just because like I'm struggling here because you got lack of awakened equips, especially here. You don't have his plat equip. It's a lot to take in when I'm seeing this stuff. Then there's some equips that are just not even awakened, and then you have this equip, which I don't even want to begin. I've already talked about this a lot. Don't have an extreme base Saiyan equip if you don't have an extreme Saiyan on the team. You're wasting a slot. But overall, if I were to give these like snap judgment for both, I could give for synergy 7, I could give for power about an 8, and except for like that equip right there. And then maybe but this team is much better, so I could give so yeah, still I can give power 8. Just I would never bring in this blue. And then for compositions, I would also have to give it a 7. I feel like there's better things that you could do. For this one really quickly, you could have the green trunks, and then you could also have the red Super Saiyan 2 Zenkai 7 Gohan, but if you can't, then fine. Then this is your go-to unit. And then this one could be the Super Saiyan 2 Zenkai 7 Trunks, the future one. Much better for this option. And then this Goten is fine, but I would personally like it if this was the LF Gohan at that point because of how you're running your team. Actually, no. No, this Goten's better in this situation. Optimally speaking, I would like LF Gohan to be on the team and then have the choice between Gohan or Goten. You would have the Zenkai Super Saiyan Gohan. Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. You would have I would actually not even run a green. At this point, I would run like a health buff and a critical buff through the Kid Gohan from like the very beginning of the game. And then you'd also want the EX Gohan for the blast focused. So realistically, there's a lot that you could do to improve this. This team feels a little haphazard because you're kind of focusing on getting all the color elements without actually thinking about how well does the team perform overall. And then for this unit, this team specifically, there's a better yellow in the form of a strike-oriented God Vegeta or Angel Vegeta. But if you don't have either, then fine. It's just that it hurts the overall team, and it makes Majin Vegeta less desirable despite this being the worst unit out of the two. And then on top of that, you have that bad equip. So, like, you gotta fix those. That's what I would say. And then let's go back to King of Legends, and then we're gonna go back to Discord, and then I'll end it off from there. Let's see. Okay, so let's go and see these real quick. Everything is desirable here. This is a very good team. Only thing I would say is maybe the Trunks for the Cell, but even the Trunks Mai is a fantastic, solid future team unit, so I'm not going to really harp on that. I would say for ability bonus and synergy-wise, future, yeah, I can give this easily an 8. One thing I would definitely say is that this equip, again, get rid of it. It's an extreme Saiyan-based equip. It does not work. You are hurting your Goku Black for no reason. Don't do that, King of Legends. Please don't hurt yourself. Read that carefully. It's not an and or. It's not an or statement. It's saying extreme and Saiyan. So if you don't have an extreme Saiyan on the team, you are losing a buff. That is not good. And then for power-wise, it's a 9. Comp-wise, it's a 10. It's got everything. All right, let's take a look now. I did Cosmic Zephyr. Let's look at Lash. Unless I did look at Lash. I see Matt Striker. I know Matt Striker's very, very active on the Dragon Ball Legends Discord. I'm on the Discord too. I'm usually not. I don't usually communicate there. I just observe. Okay. Choose from one of these 3 teams. All right, I will in a bit. All right, so let's take a look at these real quick. I did cover this team, but basically it's the same concept here. If I didn't cover this team, concept is very simple. Change this for the EX Gogeta. Good substitute. The rest is fine. Good substitute. Yeah, I did cover that. Let's take a look at this. All Elite. Future. It's all good, King of Legends. Just, yeah, take that equip off. Yeah. This equip, I question it, but beyond that, rest of the equips, nice. Solid. Maybe. If I don't remember the awaken conditions for this, but I remember the awaken condition for this, and you can definitely awaken that, so you should. Like, I don't even need to argue. You just need to awaken this equip. Yeah, so my only gripe is this one, maybe this one, and definitely this one. Synergy-wise, I can give this a solid 9. It's there. Future has a lower synergy rating, so this is a solid team. And then for power, 9 as well. I feel like the best Future teams that I've seen have ability bonuses over 3,000. And those are hard to reach for Future, specifically for Future. And that's because of how, like, distinct Future is in terms of how they're built and how they synergize together. And then for power, for comp, it's also a 10. Like, I very much appreciate this player. So, good job. All right, Fusion with the face. All right. Yes. All comp. Comp-wise, I can give it a 10. So composition is out of the way. We don't even have to talk about it. Synergy-wise, let's talk about it. All right. Do they make sense in the scope of what they're being given? Yes. Yes. No. And I'll say why. I doubt you're bringing in double red. I doubt it. You can't tell me you're bringing in Gogeta, and then someone else. So, fun fact, guys. When you're using this equip only applies if both are on the board, if they're both present. If you have him on the team, he needs to be on the battlefield with the red Gogeta for this buff to apply. It's not just that they're on the same overall 6 team. Doesn't work that way. Doesn't. That's applied once in the battlefield. That equip's got to go. Also awaken this. There's no argument there. It's fine. I see that you want to hurt hybrids. Okay. And then honestly, I would farm for a red slot or a yellow slot there specifically. You could also awaken this equip, but I'm not sure if it works for him anymore after that. I think it does though. Let's see. Overall, I think for synergy, I can't give it more than like a 7. It's got good synergy, but you really hurt it with some equip choices or with not fully going the full mile. And then in terms of power, I can give it an 8, but I would love to give it a 9. I just can't because you have, again, the equip choices is what's really holding it back. All right. Feck off. Love it. All right. This is... What is this? It's a God Key... Hmm. Hmm. Hello, Wesley. How you doing? I'm good, by the way. I'm just, you know... Hmm. Hmm. I love the title. You know, Future Fusion is a Yu-Gi-Oh card. It's a Yu-Gi-Oh card that works on actual fusion monsters that, you know, synergize well together. I would say that's the tea, but it's more like that's the coffee. Okay. Okay. I'm not trying to hate this person, but I do have to wonder why. Was this like I want to play my favorite units and then they proceeded to do so? Is that what happened? Because it looks like it's fusions, but then there's Goku Black. Where's Kefla? Where's the Legends Road Go Tanks? Just... Where's EX Gogeta? I need one eye. Why is there a Shallot equip? Why? Why is there a B equip? Fix these. I don't care if you're never using him. Fix these, please. Gah. I'm not even trying to be mean. I'm just getting... I just feel personally attacked. I feel personally attacked when I see these, when I see a B equip or when I see a Shallot equip with no Shallot. Godslayer Shallot equip best in the game. Trollolol. Okay, overall, like, it's not a bad team. Even Goku Black there could work. I just think the EX Gogeta and having a better green would be better for this team. And then, what are we missing? Are we missing anything, or do we have all the colors? I think we have all the colors, yeah. If you don't have either the the Zenkai 7 Gogeta or the EX Gogeta, then in that case, fine. But in that case, fix his equips, because you'll have to bring him in eventually. Yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna say. Rival Universe. Let's see. Are the main ones buffed? Yes. Topo, I love him. Beautiful. Vados, get her to 6 stars. Also, make sure that that's a blast-focused equip. Same with that one. Strike orientation. That's fair. Emily, could you just come over here and tell me what's wrong with this team? Like, just come over here and tell me what's wrong with this team, because I'm what do you see an issue with these equips? Where do you see the issues? She doesn't play the game, by the way. Where are the issues? There's only one equip that is a problem. Which equip do you think it is? Fun fact. The unit doesn't appear on this team, yet it appears in the equip. Look carefully. Look carefully. Where do you think it might be? Which unit does not appear? Who else does not appear? Who is that unit? What do you think that equip buffs? Well, it buffs the unit if Shallot is present, yeah. So do you think that equip should be there? No. See? Take it from the person that doesn't play. Thank you, Emily, for proving my point. So I need to take a humongous, like, Mondo Duke, but I feel like I'm gonna Mondo Duke right here because I'm seeing double Shallot equip, and I'm just not sure what to do with that. I I need a vacation. I just need a vacation. That's what I need. I'm gonna show off some chest hair. All right, here we go. All right, let's go over this real quick. Totally. Okay, we're gonna talk about this. I'm gonna keep it like this while I show some chest. Like, yeah. Okay, there we go. This is what I'm gonna do to all of you because of what's happening right here. Okay. Ability bonus. I'm gonna dock 6 automatically. For synergy though, for team composition, I'll give this a 10. Team comp, it's there. And then for a power, I'm also I'm gonna give it a 7 because of these equips. I could have easily given this an 8, but yeah. All right, moving on. And yes, by the way, I needed all of that venting time just to figure out how to rate that team. Work on this. Get them to 5,000. That's my first goal for you. Then come back to me with this team. The Chad. Okay. Baldness, 10 out of 10. Sexiness, 10 out of 10. Monkness, 10 out of 10. Flamboyancy, 8 out of 10. Krillin's voice isn't high enough. And that's it. I think that's a fantastic team. No need to improve anything. I mean, sometimes no equips is better than having equips on a unit that's gonna die anyways. I mean, Krillin has more of a kill count than, you know, Yamcha has love in his life. Saiyajin! Let's take a look. Alright, so, why? Why? You were, like, making me impressed until I saw this and this. EX and Saiyan, not either or statement. EX and Saiyan, not or, it's an and statement, meaning both need to be present for the full equip buff. Guys, reading matters. Stay in school, please. Okay, besides that, the team itself looks pretty good. In terms of synergy, I'm giving it a 9. These equips, I'm docking a point because of that. Like, I don't care. I don't care that the ability bonus is at over 3,000. You're hurting yourself. In terms of power, I'm giving it a 9. You've hurt yourself in 2 domains. Even though I'm sure the power is actually still very good, you could make it better. It's just, don't hurt yourself. Oh my god. Yeah, honestly, I feel like we need to go over, like, okay. I don't remember what that's called, but, uh, EX and Saiyan equip. Where's the equip? I don't want to look for it. Oh my god, this is going to be a pain in the butt. Equipment. Wow, they didn't. Okay. Oh my god. I'm not. Yeah, it's not worth looking. It's not. I'm not gonna look. Basically, what I'm trying to say here is that overall, the team is fantastic. I would have given it 10 across the board if it were not for that equip. In terms of like the choices for the team, personally speaking, it'd be nice if you had Angel Vegeta on the team. So I'm gonna give 9, 9, and let's say 9. It's a solid team. It has a lot of good units. But your problem here is realistically the equip and the lack of a yellow on a Saiyan team, especially since Angel Vegeta does exist. So King Yakuza Takamura Kira, fix those 2 things, and then we can talk about the giving 10s. Okay, let's see Mike. Vegeta fam looks delicious. God Key looks pretty delicious. Although there's a little bit of a okay. Let's look at Saiyans. No, actually, I want to look. I've looked at Saiyans enough. I want to look at Vegeta fam. Let me see a Vegeta fam. I want to feel good. All right, Mike. Let me see this. Okay, we've got. Okay, yeah. I'm liking this. So this team is very, very like general oriented. Can go back and forth, but it does have a blast focus, which I do appreciate. Um, Fantastic. This one, I guess, is good for hybrids, and the fact that this Vegeta gets so many buffs, this is actually a very, very fair choice. Because hybrids are present in the meta, but not often. But this is good the way it's built. We got the Z plus, fair enough. These are great equips. Yeah. Okay. I believe this can be awakened. Okay, because you're in double critical, you have, I think, double base critical. And then you have either a base critical or a critical damage buff up. Health restoration up, nice. Health overall, nice. And some defense, solid. Obviously, this is probably the better unit to be using, but, you know, otherwise. Okay, in terms of synergy, I think one thing that you could definitely do for improvement is consider if you maybe want to put more defense on this unit. He's already a very good tank, but you got to consider the fact that, like, maybe this equip right there could be better serviced on him, considering he also lowers ki, so that means you can take even less damage than you normally would. Something to consider. But yeah, I see that you're very blast oriented with this unit, and potentially, I don't remember if that last which slot is the one, but if you're doing a special, that's fine. Not much to say here. It's an overall good team. It's hard for me to like rate Mike's team below really exceptional because Mike works really well, like works really hard on his teams, and I can see that. Although this one feels a little bit more slapped together than his other teams. And it kind of shows considering they're S's instead of Z. if it like if you take a look overall, like Mike tends to just have very good solid teams. Although I think these are not his as main of a team as some of his other ones. So yeah. But no, it's a solid team overall. Let's see. Ability bonus, synergy wise, I could give it a 9. Yeah. For power-wise, it's a 10. Vegeta fam is just a solid, like, powerful team, especially how he's built it. And then for composition-wise, is there anything I would change? Looks like he's trying to go for Blast. So no, there's nothing I would change. And he's chosen not to have a green unit because he wants to keep it more blast-oriented. So yeah, we'll give it a 10. It's solid. Good job. All right, Matt Striker, let's take a look. My God. It goes on forever, guys. Piccolo fan? I love Piccolo fans. Piccolo's my dad, by the way. All right, this is the final one. These are the final ones, so let's go. And then we'll have Rate My Team in 2 weeks from now. All right, so OG Sun. Androids. Let's take a... Awaken. Thank you. Let's see. This is called fake news. We don't like this. Okay. Awaken this equip. I believe this can be awakened, but I'm not sure. I have to double check. This can definitely be awakened. This can be awakened. I don't like these equips on her. For her, she's got a very good setup that you could have done. You have the Android 18 equip, which would be fantastic for her. It allows her to push through red units a little bit better after 30 timer counts. I know that's a little slow, but then you also have to consider that she does get the buffs potentially at 20% if you get very lucky with the red or close to that, like 19.80%, or like 19.60, so stuff like that. So you do have options. This equip is a good general equip, and this is not a bad equip, but once again, there is a better awakened equip for her. So a lot of these equips that I've noticed could be awakened. This equip is not bad, but this equip is better served on units that can abuse criticals a lot better, like the Cell. You really got to look at base criticals when you choose to put a critical rate damage on it. This is a great equip, although I hope that's Sun Family that you're using to buff. I can't see that. I will not be able to see that unless you were to show me the equip alone. Overall, though, in terms of synergy, I could give it an 8. In terms of power, I can give it a 9. And in terms of team comp, I can give it a solid 10. It has everything I want. All right, God tier. Let's take a look. I feel like I've seen this team. In fact, the more and more I look at this team, the more and more I realize, yeah, I've seen this team. Huh. I've seen you on, like, Insta or something. Or Twitter. Let's move on. Crit up. Okay. Yeah, let's talk about it. I see that this is boosting this one. This is health boosting. This one is just there for the buffs. I see the critical damage up. That's nice. Okay, yup. You might as well awaken this one because he's a green unit, I believe. Unless it's melee green. If it's melee green, then don't awaken. I have to double check that. This is solid. Solid. Overall solid. Yeah, for synergy-wise, just from what I'm seeing, I would give this like at least give it a 7. Super Saiyan struggle with synergy, and even then, like, there are better units that you could put, like the purple Broly for this one. And if you did that, then in that case, this Goku could buff the purple Broly, and then you have a Super Saiyan team like that can also have a purple versus just having the Super Saiyan 3 Goku. For power, though, I can give it easily a 9. 9 is easily given. And then composition-wise, you really only need these 3 to do anything. And this guy is a good substitute in. So, again, for team comp, I can give it a 9. I just feel like you could put a purple Broly, and that would skyrocket it to its 10, for sure. Future. Oh, my God. Okay. Future-wise, let's take a... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. You can't use this blue. You can use him on the team, but you can't actually put him on the board. He doesn't do anything at his stars. This yellow is only good for death buffs, and it begs the question if that's worth it. This green Goku Black is awesome. This Goku Black is also pretty good. This Trunks is also really good, although I would awaken that since you have an A equip. You might as well just get an awaken day over that. Oh, awaken this. Overall, I would say there's a lot of work to be had. If you want to play future, keep at it, but try to get for better LF, a better yellow for that, and then try to increase that guy's stars. I'm not going to rate that any further. I don't want to talk about any further. I just don't even worry about the quips right now, other than like awakening that, and just overall making sure to eventually pull for better units for future specifically, or increasing this guy's stars and waiting for his Zenkai banner to return. Piccolo fan. All right. I love Piccolo, so seeing double Piccolo makes me happy. Personally speaking, though, if you're gonna run this Piccolo, I mean, I would have preferred if you had DKP for the double buff, and then if you want to run the Piccolo over DKP, you totally could do that. This Bootanks is okay, but I prefer 21 or the LF Kid Buu. Just they're better units. Red Cell's fantastic. DKP is a monster of a unit. I love it. And DKP can easily abuse this equip because of the yellows that are present. So I love the placement of that equip. This is a solid equip based upon what you have. And also, yeah, okay, so if you're running green and purple, you would definitely run the yellow. So one thing to note is if you choose to run both of them, you need to run your yellow. If you choose to run one of them, then you can easily put in your red. I feel like the least used one would be the blue, but you could correct me if I'm wrong, Piccolo fan. But I do believe that your blue is your subpar unit on the team. So for synergy wise, I can give you I'll give you a 9. Yes, I'll give you a 9. And then for power wise, I can give you a solid 10, even with the Bootanks present, because Bootanks does good damage for like the first, I think, 60 timer counts. So he's still there. And then let's talk about the composition, to which I'm gonna give it only a 9, and the only reason why I'm giving you a 9 is because of the Bootanks. Honestly, I'm willing to even forgive this Piccolo, Legends Road Piccolo, because I love Piccolo, and that's just me being biased. If I had to be really honest and really talk about it, I think I'd still give you a 9. And the only reason why is because the realistic problem is maybe the Piccolo, the yellow Piccolo. He does get buffed by him, but that argues whether this is just the better unit to have on the team. Actually, it's not even an argument. It's just the better unit. So, and I love Piccolo. He's my dad. It's beautiful. But yeah, Bootanks, if it's possible, eventually switch that out for the 21 Zenkai 7. I understand that Bootanks does colossal damage at the beginning, but once the main ability is procced. But if the game doesn't end fast enough, you are on the losing side. You're just on the losing side, or alternatively, you just can't really bring in a blue, and that sucks, and you want to be able to bring in blues. You definitely do in this meta. But it's a good team overall. Saiyans, question mark. You seem to be not sure. You should probably be more sure about yourself on that one. All right. Let's take a look. Awaken this. You should never not awaken this. This guy at 6 stars with that, you could abuse that. You could abuse an awakened version of that with him. So awaken that. Okay. He's just a health buffer, so it doesn't really matter. He's fantastic. One thing I would definitely say is consider putting this equip, another version of this equip, on him. He doesn't need the defense as much as he needs this equip for the extra health bonus when he gets revived, like he heals himself. That's a fantastic equip for him. But this equip can also be on Angel Vegeta. I get it, because Angel Vegeta as well heals, and that's fantastic. These equips are great. Good job. Okay, overall, let's take a look. Synergy-wise, I could give it an 8. I'm going to dock some points here, because it's not awakened. I would definitely say that you could replace this one or this one for another one of this. It's a solid equip for him. And if you're seeing so many Saiyans, then this is a great equip. So this equip is more niche, but it's a fantastic equip if you're seeing a lot of Saiyan units. Which you are. You definitely are. And then this is also a good equip. It's very good. You could also argue you don't need it all the time, but it is a solid equip for extra Vanish. So you can Vanish Restoration up and then Vanish a lot more than you normally would. So there's a lot of placeholders here. Overall, yeah, I would give at least synergy 8 or 9. I wouldn't give it a 7. I'd have to, yeah, I'll give it an 8 because you don't have this awakened. Power-wise, oh, easy. Easy 9. Easy. I think I'm docking a little bit of power off is because Angel Vegeta is not at 6, and you want to fully boost them. Like, come on, this team is almost perfect. Just put the damn 6-star on this unit, please. And then finally, for composition-wise, I can give it a solid 10. It's got everything it wants. It's got each color, each color doesn't matter, actually. But I'm just going to add that as a bonus because you have Angel Vegeta. You have fantastic green, fantastic purple, fantastic red, and a fantastic blue. Like, I have nothing to say. Plus, you have a health buffer. So you're buffing their overall base health anyway, so they tank a little bit more with extra defense. I mean, I can't hate this. So, yeah, good job. Hello, Abraham. How you doing? All right, and then I've already covered this. I've already seen this team, so good job overall. Anyways, that is the thing for today. I'm gonna stop right here. I am tired. I'm going to go to the washroom. I'm taking a Mondo Duke, and then after that, I might be going to bed. I might be just playing Digimon. I don't know what I am. Thank you guys so much for being here. I do appreciate the teams that you sent me. If your team was basically the one where I kind of myself, don't take it personally. It's just more so that I'm tired, and when you send me a team that takes a lot of focus like that, it's because you've put bad equips, most likely. Stop doing that. Please, guys, read. I know that, like, I harp on that a lot, but it does matter if you want for your teams to do better. How does that work in English? If you want your teams to do better, you really need to be able to, you have to read your equips carefully. You don't want to suboptimally place equips. There we go. That was translation in my head because I couldn't remember the English words I was looking for. So yeah. Overall, I think that is, generally speaking, what I think needs to happen. But overall, I like the teams that I was seeing. Realistically, if your team is under 1,000 ability bonus, my disclaimer to you is don't let it be under 1,000. If it's under 1,000, I can't give you more than ones. Because your ability bonus should not be under 1,000. Ever. Yeah, so what you guys should do is, for April Fools, send me a whole bunch of rate my teams with just shallot equips on everyone, by the way. Just do that. Hurt me. You can hurt me that way. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for being here. I do appreciate you guys. I do appreciate the teams that I got to see. I do like, talking about teams regardless of how good they are or how bad they are. It does help the community, I think, to be able to see everything. Abraham, send me a direct message. I'll rate your team on personally, like, after stream. I might not do it immediately, but I will look at it and I will rate it. So just send me a DM. Like wherever. Just wherever, and I'll look for it. Or alternatively, if you have Twitter, just give me a notification message. So just send me a message and make it more public, and I'll be able to look at it and I'll rate it for you. But overall, or if it's IG, so Instagram, then just send me another direct message and see if that goes through, and I'll double check myself. Overall, thank you guys so much. Take care. Have a great day, and I will see you later. Stay salty out there. All right, I'm gonna end stream now. All right, I gotta find the button. Where's the red button? Oh, there it is. I can't see